This series just isn't doing as well as I expected. I was really hoping to get about 100 views an episode, but it's just not hitting even half of that. I'm not really sure what's going on, to be honest. I still think I'm making good stuff. Still proud of what I'm putting out there. This didn't even have anything in it, I was just pretending. But I just can't put my finger on why people don't want to watch my videos anymore. It's a mystery. Anyway, here's me putting the word banter over Only You by the Flying Pickets. Banter, 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 banter. I was reminded of a bastard from my past the other day. Basically, if you went to a primary school in Fareham in the mid-noughties, one of the highlights of the year would be that the Portsmouth and the community coaches would come round. This was back when Portsmouth had Premier League money to pay for these kind of people. And what that would entail is that you get out of a PE lesson and you just do some like mini skills sessions, some team bonding activities with the... I think they must have been ex-professional footballers, but I just didn't recognise them. And anyway, so there was this big ginger lad that really used to annoy me. He was in his 40s and that, and he used to be full of like dad jokes and puns and things, and even then he got on everybody's tits. But the thing that annoyed me the most was he always used to let the girls win in any of the games, so it was just pointless to even turning up for these things. I remember one time we had to line up in the hall, separated boys and girls, and we had to knock down as many skittles as we could with the football, and obviously the boys got to work quite easily. We had like one left, and then the girls, to be fair to them, would only sort of knock down 2 or 3, and then just as we were about to knock down the last one, this bloke would come along and just kick several footballs that knock all the girls over so they win. And you know, the lads would just look at him and just be, what was the point in that, mate? Yeah, you're proud of yourself. You know, you've just patronised the girls, you've just taken away our efforts. You're getting 300 quid for this hour, you know. No wonder they're cutting the school's budget if we're paying money for this kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? If you just get Shaka Hislop to sign some autographs, that would have been better than this. But instead, you know, you've just wasted your time, you've wasted our time, and most of all, you've wasted the school's time. Just really used to annoy me. You know, I'm not a malicious person, but I hope that when Portsmouth experienced all those financial difficulties a few years ago, that he got laid off and was later replaced by a girl. Banter! In Justin Bieber's new song, he states that his mum likes everyone, which is obviously a nice thing to try and do, but not everybody deserves to be liked. And what this song got me thinking about was, what about Ben Thatcher? Because at the moment, Justin Bieber is implying that his mum is perfectly okay with what Ben Thatcher did. And so that's why I went onto Twitter, and then I went onto YouTube here. And what I'm hoping to do is just find some evidence to try and put right this terrible wrong. So what I've got is I've got some footage of what he did to Pedro Mendes, that absolutely disgusting thing that happened. I'm going to pause it because I don't even want to see it. I'm just here for the link, so I'm going to copy that, and then I'm going to go back onto Twitter, tweet to Patty Mallet. Maybe this... Sorry, I've pre-recorded this, I'm just speaking over the top, let's be honest here. This will change your opinion of him, and then I've put the little link in there. I'm going to tweet that to her, because obviously I think to have a song that states that kind of thing in this day and age is absolutely disgusting. What Ben Thatcher did to Pedro Mendes was basically my 9/11. So just to finish up, here's an idea that I had. I'm going to use fun in inverted commas. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to name 2 embarrassing things that I did when I was younger. One of which will be true, one of which will be false. And it is then your job to guess in the comment section below which one is which, and I will then reveal in the next episode if you were right or if you were wrong. So to kick us off, the first one is, when I was younger I used to wear football boots in everyday situations. And the second one is, when I was younger, whenever I had to pose for a group photograph at school or whatever, I used to momentarily pretend that I had an assault rifle with my hands and sort of do a bit of that like Call of Duty creator class screen, like head movements, that sort of thing, as if I was in the army. So anyway, I'll leave that one up to you and we'll see what you think.